guys, welcome to another episode of Dirty Dog Mechanic. Oh, I love Hondas. Today I'm working on my upper control arm. I already did my driver's side, which was super easy. Now I'm on the passenger side, which actually is the one that has the problem. The way I found this out was I was doing an oil change. And if you look up here, this is the upper control arm. Upper because it's on top. The lower one, it's hard to tell. It's right there where my light is flashing. So there's a ball joint and two bolts that hold it in. One right there and one next to the battery. That little furry fuzzy thing right there. Come on. Right there. Hoping I don't have to take it out, but it sits like this. Picture this right here, just like that. This one is good. Well, not that much slop at all. I can't even move it with one hand, but it's movable. See that? This one here, if you look at the top, I can't really do it with one hand. Let me see if I can shake it. See that kind of little bit of bounce right there? It's hard to tell with right there. That's, you could almost even hear it. I've been hearing that for a while now, and I was trying to figure out what it was, and then did an oil change and checked my front suspension, and that's what it is. Oh, we got a guest. Rocky, the original Dirty Dog. What's up, Papash? He's oldie. He's a little oldie. He's checking her out the area. So the basic tools you'll need is 17 mil wrench or socket, some needle nose pliers to pull the cotter pin out that's right there. This is a cotter pin. 10 millimeter. That will be for this. You're gonna laugh at me, but I still have the original intake. I don't have the ricer intake that everybody puts on their cars. For this right here, you don't have to take it out completely. Well, as far as I know, not yet. This will just loosen it enough to get our ratchet in here. Oh, I got the 120 tooth gear wrench. It's nice. I don't know if I have to take out the battery yet. I really do not want to, just because it's, you know, more work. We're lazy here. And then I have to reset the radio code. I have a video on that if you guys want to see. Just check out my my other videos. Anyways, let's get to this thing right here. So what I did was I jacked up the car and I put a jack stand underneath. Please be safe. So we're gonna pull this cotter pin out right here. I did this maybe 5 or 10 years ago, and I put anti-seize on everything, and thank God I did, because everything seems to be, knock on wood, coming out smoothly. Alright, so that's the cotter pin out right there. This up here is called a castle nut, hence the way it looks. That's why it's called the castle nut. So now I'm going to take this off. You don't have to take the wheel off. There's enough space to just to get it off the ground. And so now I'm going to loosen this. Okay, that's tightening, duh. Alright, let me loosen this. Alright. Alright. This should pop out easily. If not, you bring out Big Bertha. It's not popping out because it's been there for a while. If not, you bring out Big Bertha. You want to hit it here. This is hard, you know, a lot thicker metal. You don't want to hit this. Yes, you know, in case you want to reuse it or something, you want to change the ball joint, but you want to hit this metal here. Do not hit this thread or the nut for future references. Let's say you just needed to do some work in here. That's how you keep it safe. So we're gonna hit right here, right there. And it'll start to space out. You see that? So now that's out. We're gonna loosen that nut. What's going on? Rocky! Dirty dog wants to go inside. Yep. Alright, I'm coming. I'm coming. Alright, took care of that. So, if you noticed, when I loosened up the ball joint, this whole hub assembly and wheel came towards me. I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I don't want the brake line to be pulled. So, right there, that's the brake line. I put a piece of old wire. You can use a zip tie, coat hanger, whatever. I just had some wire laying around. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the top. Alright, so from the top, I was able to get this 14. Get some light down here. I was able to get this 14 and crack it loose with this one. Now, if you don't have ratcheting wrench, ratchet, you could use a ratcheting wrench or just a regular ratchet or regular wrench. So from here, we're gonna take it out. Gonna do this the whole way. I'm on the passenger, passenger side. So that comes off. Now I did this about 5 or more so years ago, and I put anti-seize on all the bolts, and that's why this is coming out so easy. And I live in New York, and the winters here are not forgiving. So let's see, hopefully I don't have to take out this air box. Okay, one bolt is partially out. I think that's considered out. Damn, I really hope I don't have to take out the battery. Let me come back to you on that. Alright, so here we go. I actually did have to remove the box. I unbolted it from here, and I unbolted it from right there. See, this is the headlight. That bolt right there, my finger's pointing, and this one here, and that allowed me to slide that bolt out there. As far as the battery, I did have to remove the hold down bracket, and I lifted up the battery just enough to slide the bolt out. If you feel comfortable taking the whole battery out, take it out. It's up to you. Just please be very safe. Do not, short it out. Make sure you have the cover on. Just be careful and make sure you have the battery code. Radio code. So now this is gonna slide out just like that. And notice how my bolts have anti-seize. I put that on since last time I did this. So now let's check out this ball joint. Yeah, look at that. It's got no stiffness to it. The boot is actually cut. If you can see that right there, it's cut. So yeah, look, it was rusting out. It's pretty interesting. Let me take this off so that way you guys can see what the inside of a ball joint looks like. See that? That's a ball inside a joint. Or inside a socket, let me not say joint. But that's what it looks like. Some of them are greasable up top, but I guess the culprit to this was a broken boot. I did lose a ball joint, a lower ball joint one time to this, which I think maybe caused this to break, the boot to break. But yeah, look at that. Compared to this one, which is actually pretty stiff. I could have reused this, but you know what? It was so easy and it's pretty cheap. They're only $60 a pop from Moog. So I'm gonna change them both. So now the next thing to do is to match them up. Make sure they're the right ones. So your passenger side upper control arm is RK90451. I'll try and post a link down below in my description of some you could find on Amazon. This is the driver's side. The only difference is that it's got this little ear right here. If you notice the old one and the new one, there's no ear on that side. So that's how I knew. I matched it up with the old one. The driver's side part number is, the passenger side. This is the passenger side. Passenger side is RK90450. So next, we gotta install it. In the bag comes a new cotter pin. This is a safety measure so that the lock nut doesn't back out. And it comes with the new castle nut. So we're gonna mount this. We're probably gonna have to mount the inside part first because I have to lower the wheel. Jeez, the light's going out. I have to lower the wheel onto this so that I could slide onto this. It doesn't make sense just saying this, and this, but I'll show you in a second. Alright. Kind of slide it somewhat in place. Alright, I think that's kind of how you do it. Okay. So now, I'm going to go back down here. Okay, Mr. Light, stay still. Get your bolt. Gotta lift this out the way. I hope it's in there. Let me see. Shoot, I think I got it. Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to start to thread that back on. This would be nice to have a 90-degree ratchet right now. Okay, let's put this thing back on. Electric ratchet. Is it going? Is it going? Is it going? Yes, it is. Alright, so now let's see the other side. This is more tricky because there's less space in here. Playing with the battery. Come on, buddy. Alright, I'll come back. I can't do this with two hands. Alright, now I'm just going to run them both in. We're not going to go super tight because we're going to torque these. This one I don't know if I can torque because that battery is way too close. So the specs are 35 foot-pounds for the ball joint and 47 for these upper two. So let me run this in. And I'm going to have to lower the car to attach the ball joint into the knuckle. Alright, so now I'm going to put the ball joint. Put the ball joint in. This light isn't going to help at all. Going to take this cable off. So as you can tell, I left everything loose up top because you don't want to tighten it super tight and then tighten the ball joint. You'll prematurely wear it. How can I describe it? It's like putting on a shoe or a sneaker. Do you tie your shoe and then put your foot in the shoe? Or do you put your shoe on and then tie your laces? Alright? You don't tie your laces and then put the shoe on. because then you're going to be fighting it the whole time. You're going to be fighting that pressure. All right, let's get that in there. Turn it out a little bit more. All right, you see how I don't have enough thread to... I don't have enough thread there. So now I'm going to lower the car gently, and you'll see some thread start to come out. Just move the jack out the way. All right, so here we go. I'm going to lower it. Where's she at? Okay. I have to play around with this a few times. She didn't line up exactly the way I wanted. Alright, hold on. You might have to wiggle this around a little bit to get the ball joint to line up. Alright. So there she is. Take note of the orientation of the cotter pin. Cotter pin's right here. So now we're going to run that castle nut in, the new one. We might have to jack the car back up to do this one. Let's tighten this back up. This one you can tighten in the air because this doesn't do any flexion. It's just a ball joint. The other ones that are inside the frame, like I showed you where I was taking off the bolts, that one has bushings inside that you can't prematurely wear out. Alright, see, it's going up. Actually, let's see. If it's not going up, then we might have to jack it back up. Put some pressure on. Oh, no, you know. Alright, that's tight. As you can tell, the cotter pin's supposed to go right here, but I'm going to jack it up and torque it down. Actually, no, I'm going to torque the top first, and then I'll torque this one. To 47 foot-pounds. Okay, did it even go in at all? Yeah, okay. Let's see. So now I'm on the ground with both wheels. That's it. That's all you need. They're not. It's not an axle nut. It's not a wheel. It's just a control arm. I'm gonna do the other side. Tighten that one a little bit more. Hold on, let me get the wrench and tighten that a little bit more by hand. I'm just gonna tighten a little bit more because if not, I'll be here forever spinning with the bigger one. Yeah, pardon the light. I always work at night for some reason. That's it. That's all you need. Let me see if we could even reach specs. Good and tight. Yeah, this one's gonna take forever. All right, so let me run this in a little bit more. Come on. There you go, Daddy. All right. Yeah, I'm not torquing this one down. My wrench is not going to fit in here. If you guys want, you can take the battery out and torque it, but I'm just going to torque it by hand. German torque specs, like I said. Alright, that's good. So now I'm going to raise the car back up. I don't know if this torque wrench is going to fit by the castle nut. So we just want space to fit this in here. I don't think we're going to be able to. No, I'll just tighten it by hand and then we can put the cotter pin. Yeah, no. So what I'm going to do is just tighten this by hand. And I'll show you how to put the cotter pin. 35 pounds is really not a lot, so you could just tighten it by hand. Alright. So you want to line up the hole with the hole of the castle nut. The kit comes with a new cotter pin that we're going to put in. Alright, so you could do it either way. You could slide it in from either side. Let me turn it a little bit more. See if I could get an open side. A little bit more. Alright, there we go. So that's basically there to keep the castle nut from potentially ever spinning off. So what you can do is just, once it's through, you pull one or two of the pins back, and that's it. That's how the cotter pin should look. Yeah, sucks with this lighting, but alright guys, this is how you remove and replace the upper control arms on a 2000 Honda Civic. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. I'll put these products in the link below. Alright, peace.